All right, so I got this idea from a colleague, and he wasn't quite sure how to actually do it. So I fiddled around a little bit with Google Drawings and figured out how to add the banner that we see up at the top here. And I figured I would share this method with the rest of you. So, because we have this new schedule with the virtual teaching, and we're trying to get the information out to as many people as possible. The easiest thing I thought, and this colleague of mine thought, would be to have it as the banner of our Google Classroom. But there were some issues with trying to upload the photo, and so I figured I would try and figure out how to do this myself. So what I did was I created a Google drawing. It's about the gray and white squares that we have here for measurement. It's about 11 squares tall, and then goes pretty much to the edge with 1 square width on either side. So the first thing that I did was I found an image related to my class topic, and then I put the information that I thought was most valuable to the students, and then downloaded it as a JPEG and uploaded it then into Google Classroom. So rather than just tell you that and then expect you to be able to do it, I want to show you what I did. So I have one for each of my classes. So I stopped at period 3 so that I can make this video. And what I did was I'm going to make a copy of this so I don't have to count out my squares or anything anymore. And I'm going to change it to period 5, which is my next class. Now, period 5 isn't American history, so I'm going to have to make a couple of changes to this drawing to fit with the content area of that class. So one thing that I want to do is change this picture. So if I click on the image and then right click or double click, I can replace the image by searching the web. I already did this. I didn't really find any that I liked. I'm kind of particular about it. So I'm going to go here and type in world history. See if I can find one that I like a little bit better. I like this one a little bit better, so I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it. This is my period 5 one. I'm going to just paste it over here in this area while I get rid of this one and resize. So I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller and then resize it so that it fits with the same size as my banner of information. As you can see, it kind of goes over that space that I had created. So one thing that I can do is I can make this one a little bit shorter. And as long as it doesn't mess with my text, I can move this over. So now I've got it in basically the same spot. There's a kind of seamless area there between the image and my information. So I'm going to change my information. And first of all, it's world history, not American, so we don't really need the red, white, and blue. So I'm going to change my color to all black on this. And then change it to world history, period 5. Now my Google Meet times for world history period 5 are 10:40 to 11:25. Also on Monday and Wednesday, they still do connect through Google Calendar. The office hours are the same. So the only thing that I really needed to change was the time and the period. And then if I wanted to make any text changes, I could do that there. Okay, so now I have this exactly how I want it to be. So I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Download. I'm going to download this as a JPEG. Okay, then I'm going to go to my class, and I'm going to go to period 5. And as you can see, I already have one there, but I'm not too pleased with the spacing. I tend to be a little type A about that, so that's why I made the changes to it. So I'm sorry, I think I did that pretty quickly. I'm just going to go to upload a photo, and then I'm going to drag and drop. And then it is difficult to see when I had the different colored backgrounds. It was a little bit easier, but really because of the way that I sized my banner, I don't really need to see. As long as I stretch the space out to as big as it will go, and then I click and drag to resize it, or I'm sorry, to reposition it, and then click select class theme, then it fits pretty nicely onto my banner. So now I have a well-placed banner that expresses to the students where they're supposed to go to connect to Google Meet and what times they are expected to be there, and also gives them the information about office hours. So now, because I've created one for period 5, I can do the same thing for period 6 by doing it over again. Make a copy. Oops. This is period 6. Period 6 is also a world history class. So again, the only thing I need to do now is the period change. And then they meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And they meet at 10:40 to 11:25 also. So that's the only thing I needed to change really, was the date, the days that they meet, and the class period. So I'm going to do again the same thing. File, download, JPEG, and then go to my classroom. Okay. Upload photo, drag and drop, resize all the way out, all the way out, reposition, try to center as best as I can, and then select class theme. Okay. So if you are creating this from scratch, again, it's about 11 squares up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 11 squares up. It is almost all the way across except for about a 1 square width on either side of a buffer. And then all I did was insert an image for this, and then created a text box for this piece and sized them to be within those parameters of one box on either side and 11 height. Okay. So I feel like this is going to be a good way to get the word out to the students. I feel like this will reach more students. So I feel like this was a really good idea from my colleague, and I'm glad that I was able to put it into fruition for them. And hopefully this is something that's helpful for you as well.